Alright, good. How are you doing, everyone? Okay, so we want to do Python. Okay, so I'll be introducing us to Python today. Python is actually a programming language. Okay, an high-level programming language for that matter. And Python has actually come to stay in the tech space. Actually, so we'll be going into the practical aspects. Okay, I'm going to cover the theory aspect in class this evening, but before then, let's just look into the practical aspect. So I would actually suggest that you have a Python folder. Okay, you have a folder where all your Python work would be. Okay, so I'm suggesting you have a folder where all your Python folder would be. So we are going to be creating this as, let's just call it a Python folder. Okay, so the way it was in your web application, just have a projects folder, right? You don't want your files to be scattered everywhere. So that is the essence. Okay, so I can come here now and just say open with code. All right, so we open it. If you are using any other IDE, just find your way and try and open your folder. So I have my folder here. Okay, let me make this big. So I have my folder here. So I want to have index.pl. Sorry, let's just call it test.python. Okay, so please follow the link I drop in the group to make sure your Python is installed. Okay, install Python, install VS Code. All right, install Python, install VS Code. So just go to your Google, type download Python. Okay, on Google, download Python. This is for those that are using PC. Just type download Python, and when you type download Python, they will take you to their page where you will get to see the versions you can download and the one that is actually good for your system. So if you check the first or second video I did for the web, you would actually see that I showed you how to know which bit, because you need to know if your system is 32-bit or 64-bit system. Okay, so with that you will get to know which of the versions you would download for your system. Alright, so I've created a file now inside my folder. So if you come here and open this file, you will see this folder, you are going to see Python there. So that is the about file structure for Python. We just create our folder so that as many files that we have, we just store them there, and anytime we can actually go through them by ourselves and edit whatever it is we want to edit, change whatever it is we would love to change. Alright, so let's get to the practical aspect. So I am here. Okay, so for Python now, how do I print how do I output to the screen? So Python is actually a programming language, and most programming languages run on console. Okay, they run on console, except those that now have frameworks that uses GUI. Okay, but Python in itself runs on console. Alright, so let me try and print something onto the screen so you see what I'm talking about. So I'll print my name is something, or let me just print I'm a Nigerian. Okay, so I am a Nigerian. Alright, so if I should run now, programs are run, right? That was why I told you that web is not a programming language. There are scripts that we write. HTML, CSS and all of that are not programming languages, they are scripts. Okay, so you don't run them, you don't execute them. They are rendered because they are graphical, so they are rendered on a web browser, right? But for this that is a programming language, you do what? You run. Okay, so you can't talk about programming without talking about bugs. Okay, what are bugs? Bugs are errors. Okay, bugs are errors. There could be syntax error, there could be semantic errors. Those are two types of errors we have. Syntax error, which are error based on language. Okay, let's say I want to type print now. I forgot to type the print. Okay, and I wrote PRI. Right, you can see now that I have an issue here already. So that could be. Then we have semantic error, error due to structure. Okay, so we call error in programming bugs, right? So debugging is actually a process of removing errors, right? So when we click start debugging now, we are saying, okay, start removing errors, right? Now if I should say the program should run without debugging, that means the program should ignore the errors that I have and should run. Okay, so those are the two meanings, but however the two would actually run the project. So let's start debugging. Okay, so I will choose. Now you have to install Python. Okay, then you need to actually install what do we call it? We also have to install some additional plugins here for Python. Okay, I already did that. You remember these extensions, right? So you install this thing for Python, but go with Microsoft. Now you could see I have mine. I am a Nigerian. Yeah, so Python runs on console, right? Runs on console. But they all have a GUI library. GUI means graphic user interface. Okay, graphical user interface. So they have GUI libraries that you can now see things and all that. But Python in itself runs on console, on terminal, right? So that's why you could see the output. Yeah. So welcome to programming language. All right. So we've just successfully output I am a Nigerian to the screen. Okay, to the screen. Okay, now when it comes to programming, so I won't be deleting anything, I'll just be commenting it out. So let me quickly talk about comments. Okay, for those asking how did I do that? Okay, I shift and slash. Although I don't know, my keyboard configuration is actually different, so I don't really know, but you can just look for the hash key, okay, on your keyboard and press it. It would automatically comment it out. Now comments actually exclude that part from running. Okay, so you could see that the color changes. Okay, so this part is actually excluded from running, so we call it comments. So once the compiler is compiling, it keeps this part. All right, so I don't want to delete, so that because I'm going to be doing a lot here and I'll be doing it very fast, so I don't want to delete, so that we can actually go back to it. So we have what we call a variable, right? We have what we call a variable. So what is a variable? A variable is actually a memory location. Okay, a variable is a memory location that has a name and sometimes has a data type. Okay, a variable is a memory location in the memory that has is a memory location that has a name, okay, and a data type. So we store something inside to use temporarily. Okay, so if I should say a, okay, equals to, if I should say a equals to 20, right, that means I'm storing 20 inside a, inside memory location a. Okay, now this is not equal to, as in mathematics. You know, in mathematics we have one string. This means a equals to 20. That means both sides are equal. But if I want to use the equal to in mathematics now, it will be double for programming. Okay, when it comes to programming, you use double, but when it comes to in mathematics, it's actually one. Okay, so this line of code means what? Means that I am doing what? I am storing 20 inside a. All right, so let's say b equals to 30, right? We've used print once, so let's use print again. So I would say print, okay, a plus b. So let's try it again. So I'll come here and I will run. Okay, I can say run without debugging. Okay, you can see my answer is 50. All right, so my answer is what? My answer is 50. Okay, so that is that with having a variable and being stored. Now, Python is a loosely typed programming language, unlike Java. Okay, Java is actually a strictly typed language. So I didn't mean this is Java. I will have to state my data type. Okay, I would say int a, that is, it is an integer. If it is a string, I would say it is a string. Okay, but for Python designed their variables to be able to read the type of data coming into the variable. Okay, so you don't have to state the type of variable, okay, the data type of the particular variable that is coming. Now this is number, so 20 is integer. So we have different data types. Okay, we have integers, we have strings, we have boolean. Boolean means true or false, 0 or 1. Okay, we have boolean, we have float, we have real numbers, and so on and so forth. So we have different data types. Okay, so Python actually saves us the stress. Okay, the stress of stating data type before doing what? Before storing our words into what? Into variable. Okay, so we have this. So we've done a simple calculation right now. A plus B equals to 30. Okay, so let's go to conditional statement. Okay, so let's go to conditional statement. So I'm going to comment this out also. So let's go to conditional statement. Okay, so let's go to conditional statement. Conditional statement. Okay, conditional statements are just as it sounds. Okay, we call them, we'll put them under control structure. Okay, they're under control structure. Under control structure, we have conditional statements and we have iteration. All right, but for the sake of this class, we'll focus on conditional statements. So conditional statements are our if condition, if else, if else if. Okay, so those are our conditional statements. Okay, so those are our conditional statements. So I can say A equals to, or let me just say name. So I'll give a variable. So I can say variable name equals to, okay, that means I'm storing it inside, equals to Solomon. All right, I can say variable equals to Solomon. I'll now say if, now I'm using my conditional statement, if name, right, equal to, now this is the mathematical equal to that you know. Okay, if name equals to Solomon, all right, if name equals to Solomon, if name equals to Solomon, then I would print you are right. Sorry, it's a literal, so it has to be inside. Sorry, you are right. You are right. Okay, you are right. So then I can say else print you are wrong. Okay, so let's try this and see. So you could see, you can see we have you are right. Okay, so we have you are what? You are right. So that is that with conditional statement. Okay, so it's just to check if a condition is true, and if it is not true, we do something else. All right, so that is that with conditional statement. You may think that I am actually teaching you something that is but this thing, if I give you a project on it, you sweat, which I would actually do. I will be giving us tasks to do. Okay, all right, so that is that with conditional statement. So I'm going to comment this out, okay, so that we can move to the next 10. So that's for conditional statements. So conditional statements now, I can actually do a lot of things with conditional statements. I can check. I only used equal to here. I can use greater than, less than, greater than, not equal to, and all that. Okay, all the arithmetic operations could be used, okay, or can be used in the if statement. All right, so we use arithmetic operators in the words in the statement. So let me quickly talk about functions, okay, which is where I would stop for this class. I don't want the video to be lengthy. Okay, so function, let's try function and see. Now the reason why we are having function is so that you will not reduce a code. You don't have to rewrite a code from the beginning. Okay, so this is for functions. So that you don't have to rewrite a code from what? From the beginning. Right? So I'll just be reusing it. I'll just reuse it. I'll just keep reusing it. Just keep reusing it. Okay? So for a function, I have to define in Python. I don't know why they use their own is like this. So I can say function add. Okay? So I want to create a function that would add two numbers. I want to create a function that would do what? That would add two numbers. So I can say function add. Okay, so function add, let's say a, let's just declare a variable a. Okay, so let's say a equals to 20, right? A equals to 20, b equals to 30. B equals to 30. Then let me see. We'll say result equals to a plus b. Okay, it seems I've not tried this in Python before. I've done it in Java, functions in PHP too. Okay, so let's see. A plus b, so I'll say return. That's how it used to be, return result. Okay, so I have it this way, return result. So I can now say print, so I can say print and let's see if this would work. If it doesn't work though, but I know I actually do this a lot. Okay, so you could see we have our 50, so it worked. Okay, but what I was actually trying to do is now we should be able to reuse this. Okay, so if this is taking a parameters a, b, okay, it's taking a parameter a and b. So here now I'm saying that my a is 20 and my b is 10, and my b is 10. So let's see if our result would change before I explain. That will be that. Okay, still giving us 50. All right, that is because we actually initialized this. Okay, so we're not supposed to have this. Yes, we're supposed to have it like this. So let's see if it would work. Please always save your work. For my VS Code is in auto save, so that is why I'm not saving before running, because it saves by itself. So to do that, I think I showed us the other time. Come here and click auto save. Okay, so let's see. This should give us 30 now, because now we are passing a and b into this. Okay, so we are printing add 20, 20 and 10. So our a is the 20, our b is the 10. Function is very powerful when it comes to programming language. Very, very powerful, because it actually helps you. Okay, function helps you to write less code. I have a friend that we used to work together in a company in Lagos then, when I was doing my IT in a tech company. The guy wrote all his PHP and everything, all his web this thing, even CSS, he wrote them in functions. So you just call and the thing, you just work fast. So function actually helps you to write fast, okay, to program fast. So let's see if we can get our 30. Okay, yes, you can see we got 30. Okay, so if I want to add any two numbers now, I don't need to start doing variable a. I don't have to do what I did here. Remember what I did here, ba? Yes, see what I did here? It's the same thing. What I did here is the same thing. Let me cut it and bring it up so that you understand what I'm trying to say. It's the same thing I'm doing here. Okay, it's the same thing, but you could see using what we call functions. So functions make your work easier. Okay, functions do work. Function makes your work easier. So I can add any two parameters. Imagine, so v now I can say 50, 100. Okay, but I have to comment this out, else I will have two answers. I can say 50, 100, which would be 150, right? Can you see? Okay, can you see? So that is what function does, and that is actually how function actually helps you. So anything can be brought into function. You can have your if conditional statement inside function. The idea of function is to make your code reusable. All right, the idea of function is to make your code reusable. So Python is such an interesting language with a lot of libraries. Okay, it is very universal. It has a library for web development. It has a library for data science. In fact, when it comes to data science, Python is actually the best. Okay, you have access to libraries like Pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, and all that, TensorFlow, and all those stuffs. They are Python libraries. Okay, they are Python libraries. You have Tkinter and some other Python libraries like that. So Python is very wide and flexible, and learning Python, it should actually be your major goal in tech world. Learning Python, because it is universal. Once you know Python, you know the basics of Python, you can actually diversify. You can move to data science, you can move to web development, you can move to anywhere. I mean any tech environment. That's actually what I meant by anywhere. So that would be all for Python. That would actually be all for Python. The masterclass will be coming on. Don't worry, the masterclass is not to chase anybody out. It is very cheap, because the goal of this Soft Tech Hub is to make Nigerians tech oriented, right? Is to make Nigerians tech oriented. So I'm saying this beforehand so that you prepare for the masterclass. The masterclass is very cheap. I'm not revealing the price right now. Just like I said, this free class is going to end on Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll be dropping videos for C++. Okay, so this tech class will end on Wednesday. The master class will start 1st of November, first week of November. Okay, payment will end. I'll start the class first week of November. Payment will end first week of November also, so that we can actually focus on the class. I'm not selling a course for you. Most of you actually spend money buying a course. Okay, you buy a course, somebody just puts something on seller, and you just go, just pay 5,000, buy it. If you have questions to ask, there's nobody to ask questions. If you have questions to ask, there's nobody to ask questions. Nobody, you don't even know the person that posted this. You don't know, you just bought course. And most of those courses don't even go deep compared to what we have been doing since we actually started the class. So please, I want you to prepare for the master class. It is very cheap, very cheap. When I mean very cheap, I mean very cheap. It is actually affordable to any Nigerian. Even if you're a student, it is affordable. Even if you're a student, the master class is affordable. Even if you're a student, it is affordable. So please take this opportunity. If you know how much they do teach Python outside, or data science outside, or web development outside, you will marvel. It is very expensive, and I'll be bringing it to you in a very ridiculous prices, in a very ridiculous price. Sorry, at a very ridiculous price. That's what I wanted to say. So please prepare and take advantage of this, because this opportunity will not come. The price I'll be giving for masterclass right now, I would never give, it will never be that low ever again. I'm just doing this to encourage people and to actually push them. Okay, I know a lot of people have interest in learning tech, but the price and the money is actually on the high side, which I actually know. If you're earning 200,000, 150,000, 100,000 and all that. So please, what I'll be pushing to you, take advantage of it. Please take advantage of it. Take advantage of the masterclass. It would help you. You are going to learn a lot, but I won't be revealing that now. I'll be revealing that after this class on Wednesday. So tomorrow we are going to be doing C++. By God's grace, we're going to be repeating this on C environment. So C++ is actually for those that are interested in game development. Most game engine uses C++. Okay, I know C++ to some extent, but I'm not really interested in game environment and in game development. Sorry, because game development actually has to do with physics and some other equations and calculations like that. So it's not child's play, or there's not what I can do. But you know, when you don't have interest in something, just don't have interest in those things. So please, all right. So I want us to actually be creative with this little thing that we did. To you, it looks little. Okay, I just had to rush it. Normally, we're supposed to do many projects and all that, but we are going to be doing that in masterclass. Don't miss that masterclass. Don't do everything you can. Make sure you don't miss that master class. Like I said, it's a class. I'm not selling a course to you that you just go and watch video and go. No. Okay, as you can see from the free class that I did, I made sure I attended to everyone that has questions. Nobody, I stand to say it, nobody asked me a question and I did not answer. Okay, I did polls to make sure that you guys are following, to make sure that you guys are actually understanding what I'm teaching. So if I could do that for free class, imagine what masterclass that you paid for would look like. So please take advantage of the masterclass. This price I will be giving it I won't be giving it out at that price again, ever. So please, let's take advantage of it. Let's prepare for it, and let's practice this. Please, let's practice this. For those that are doing mobile and using mobile, your code editor would do. Go back to the code editor. SPCK is meant for web development. Okay, so it does not come with compilers. I tried it out this afternoon. So SPCK doesn't come with compilers. So, but code editor came with compilers. It has Java compiler, C++ compiler, Python compiler, and all that. So, but I'll try replicating this on mobile too for the mobile guys so that they can flow with it. Thank you, and God bless you.